because the show started. It's just not.
They really did. They really did take away your intro video.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
Isn't that absolute horseshit?
I've got a workaround for that, but it's kind of an annoying. Like basically, my workaround for that, and for anybody watching, Corey, this is because StreamYard took away all the intro videos and the ability to do anything unless you pay for it, or you're a little bit savvy. Like
no fun on this platform anymore.
Yeah, if you had it open, a preview or whatever, share screen open on your desktop, and then you played your video that way, that's going to be my workaround for now. But we got to find a new streaming service.
Yeah, my workaround. Here we go: OBS, Streamlabs, Restream, blah blah blah. There's like 5 or 6. I'm sorry if I don't remember your names, but we're gonna have a little chat, boys. We're going to. You know those guys are hungry. They're soaking up so much right now because of StreamYard's dumb shit moves.
Dude, I'm absolutely livid with as little as I could do because I didn't pay for shit. But with as little as I could do, I was happy with it.
So you viewers who are watching what we're talking about right now, just so you know, at the beginning of the video, there's that little dumb counter thing that goes down. That was StreamYard putting that on the beginning of this video because they weren't going to let Jake use his video.
Wait a minute. That's not them doing it. That's Jake hitting play.
He hit the button to do it. He hit the timer because his video wasn't
They give it to you to use. Like
that's the only one.
Their 30-second countdown. But I have my little Grody intro that I used on all my other videos. Yeah, I love that thing.
And I love my outros. I got that shredder outro and my intro, and I'm gonna have to like do some crazy run around.
I have like people in the credits on the live streams that I do. Like these dudes, you know, they kind of deserve to be paid, and I don't pay them because I'm cheap. So one of the things that I do is I have them listed in the credits of the stream every time, so that they get some kind of verbal recognition. That's gone. If I had paid sponsors on there, which I sometimes do, guess what? Sorry, StreamYard, but you just lost money.
That they're going to lose a lot of money, I think.
I'm losing money on that. You're losing money on it.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow Peter or Stanley, you just got to go down to my description, and their taglines will all be down there. So, fuck you, StreamYard.
And they're great channels. I want to do a stream where the whole stream is me trying to figure out how to not have to stream on StreamYard. I'm going to go look at all the other streaming services.
You know what? Hey, let's do that on my channel.
A lot of people appreciate that.
Let's just hang around. It'll be a coffee morning or whatever we can do. Even if it has to be a drinking night, fine. And let's just sit around and mess around with everybody else.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can actually do that tonight. I don't know how much we got going on, but as you guys know, because we talked about it in the back room, I have my ticket for Superman for Saturday at 2:50 p.m. I'm hitting the real 3D IMAX experience. Okay.
Ah, nice.
Oh yeah.
So I've been trying to stay away from social media, and alas, it did not work. And I started hearing some things that I am not happy about when it comes to my big blue Boy Scout.
I haven't gotten tickets yet, but I do want to see it. I'm still more excited for Fantastic Four, but I do want to see this movie.
See, I would still rather watch Superman because it's a new, I guess you can call it reboot because it's no longer part of, Snyderverse or anything like that. And that's neither here nor there. I don't care about people bitching about Snyderverse. I don't care about people saying that this is going to be better or whatever, what have you. What I'm mad about are these little snippets that I heard that take place in the film that have absolutely altered the history of Krypton. And then something spouted out by one of the characters about Superman, which I am going to get into in a moment.
But that he's an immigrant?
But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's do it. Superman versus Fantastic Four. Which one are you? Oh, yeah.
I'm more excited for Fantastic Four because of Galactus. and the whole and a Fantastic Four looks like a cool. I don't know, it just seems more exciting and fun to me. Now, I still wanted to see Superman because I still like Superman, but the trailers weren't giving me a whole lot of hope for it. And then James Gunn coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, this is about an immigrant," or whatever the stupid thing he was saying the other day. I was like, "Oh man."
I could be okay with this.
Well, that's what I've been hearing. Is pretty good.
I don't that's a weird take, though. The immigrant thing, because when push comes to shove, yes, he's a fucking immigrant. He is technically a quote unquote undocumented alien.
Yeah, but that's such a weird thing to talk about regarding Superman.
Here nor there for the character. I mean, he came in, he was raised.
He didn't even remember it.
He had American values, and he became Superman. We got an opposite situation going on when we had Superman Red Sun, right? Back when that comic book was created, where he was actually, instead of falling in Kansas, he fell to Russia, became part of the government, and then he started, creating the, Soviet utopia. So,
wait a minute, is that the one where he went to prison, or they showed the time?
No. This one took place in 2002, 2003.
Or was that
the comic book?
I'm talking about the comic run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't read it, but I'm familiar with that being a thing where he was the what was his nickname? He wasn't the Man of Steel. He was the Man of the Steel Curtain or something.
Something like that. Yeah. And instead of it being about truth, justice, the American way, it was about he was the champion of the everyday man.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you how different. What if he landed in China?
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
So yes, very much so is where your surroundings very much have an influence on how you turn out. I don't care what anybody says. That's a damn good argument. That's why he turned out that way for Superman Red Sun. That's why he is the way he is, in his hometown.
What if he had landed in Iraq? What would they call that comic book?
What if he'd have landed in New York or Los Angeles?
Right? Oh, he'd feel like a victim. He'd feel like a victim every day. The most powerful human being feels like a victim.
Yeah, he'd be crying a lot more.
Let's check out the chat real quick. We got a few people up in here. We got Corey Barton. First,
I got a question. I'm sorry. I know you're going through chat.
You're good. Keep it going.
But I got a question for you. James Gunn, he did those Chris Pine Star Trek movies, right?
No. That's the guy that kept bouncing back and forth with Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay. I just had to ask.
J.J. Abrams.
Lens flare.
I forget his name.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
J.J. Abrams lens flare going on in that picture.
J.J. does do that lens flare thing a lot. Yeah, and this is a lot of flares going on there.
Okay.
But
so Corey, Stanley, and Peter all with us right now. That is
Corey's saying you'd rather watch Batman 2 movie. Bet it's going to be all right. I agree.
Yeah,
I liked the first Batman. I don't like Robert Pattinson. I don't like him as a Batman or Bruce Wayne.
I like him better now.
I mean,
outside of Twilight, Robert Pattinson is a great actor.
I'm not saying anything about his acting. His acting was fine. He does not intimidate me in that bat suit or even as a billionaire. I'm just like, I could slap him and I'll feel, fine.
I can see where you're coming from. Like the bat suit and the Batmobile in the Batman, that intimidates me. The suit looks fucking awesome in my opinion, but Robert Pattinson is the tall, lanky motherfucker. And no,
you put somebody beefier in that suit, maybe. But the collar, I don't like the collar.
I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I still feel like I'd wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, right. Even with his bat suit and everything. I'm not intimidated by that bat.
No. Mickey 17. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
I was like, oh, dude, I cannot stand this guy. I am not about it. I went into that movie.
What if they went Frank Miller and got like Mickey Rourke in there?
That movie was good.
And do like a Mickey Rourke Batman. I got my bats. I got my bats in my mitts.
Yeah. That'd be kind of badass.
Corey says he was a cool emo Batman. The suit was great. The suit is great.
I don't like the collar. The suit's fine. It did have those weird things on the wrist that was kind of interesting.
It was more of a detective noir style, which I can't argue with that.
I like the detectives. Batman. Yeah, that's what Batman needs to be. And the movie I thought was great. I just don't like him as Batman. And it took me a minute to get used to Ben Affleck as Batman, but I thought Ben Affleck actually did a good job as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
maybe better than Batman. Like, who's the quintessential Batman?
The quintessential Batman is Michael Keaton. You could argue Val Kilmer. I would give Val Kilmer a very good run. I don't care if you don't like Batman Forever, but Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne and Batman was pretty damn good.
I like
hell out of here. No
I don't know about that, Jake. That's
you need to go back and rewatch the film.
No, Christian Bale. First off, was the epitome of Batman.
He was a good Batman. He was an okay Bruce Wayne, but there's two characters here, right? So Bruce Wayne's got to have like I hold the bar is the cartoon, the animated series, because not only was that a great Batman, but that was a great Bruce Wayne. He was like a businessman that you'd look up to, while at the same time not want to fuck with that Batman. You know, that's the bar.
Conroy, right?
So who do you hold that bar up to? It's not Christian Bale. It's definitely not Robert Pattinson. I think Ben Affleck comes kind of close. He's got the build, but
Ben Affleck is
Batman
probably
was weird.
The closest to looking like the character from the comics.
Yeah. That
when it
suit
comes
was
to
a little
Bruce
bit
Wayne,
weird.
When it comes to Bruce Wayne, it is Christian Bale, but when it's Batman, Michael Keaton or Val Kilmer.
I think Michael Keaton's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, you can't argue against Michael Keaton.
You can. He is Batman and Birdman. Birdman
was really great too. Yeah, shit. I keep forgetting these guys' names. He was Bullseye and Daredevil.
Danny DeVito.
No.
What are you talking about?
Bullseye and Daredevil, the 2003 film.
Yeah,
I think he's talking about Penguin from the other.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. You're talking about the new Penguin.
Yeah.
I like Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
I thought he does a good job on almost everything.
But I do.
Like even his bad movies, he's good in them.
He had me sold 100%. In Phone Booth. Ever since Phone Booth, I was like, I mean, I can't hate him. He did Phone Booth.
Oh, there was one of those.
Was actually really decent. That was a good film. He
used to do some of those, like, I wouldn't call them B movies because they're not like straight to DVD. They were like indie films.
Right.
He did a lot. He did some indie films that were pretty good. I used to watch the IMDb channel back in the day, and I used to love that channel back then. Now it's weird.
What was that one film with Al Pacino that he was in where he was recruited by the CIA?
I don't know.
Do you remember that one? He was a rookie coming in. Al Pacino was his mentor for the class. And it turns out that the mentor was using him to get some stuff taken care of that was leaking some information.
CIA movie.
Colin Farrell, Al Pacino.
The Recruit.
That was a fucking good film. I highly recommend that one.
I remember seeing it, but I
don't remember that one, but I could see it.
I remember seeing it. The Recruit was like, it looked like one of those movies that, like, that wasn't, like one of those, I'm going to half-ass this. Like, and like the title and alone was kind of like The Recruit.
It's a popcorn flick, but it's a good popcorn flick. But
what was another one that ended up being like Insomnia, or the what was the one with the Robin Williams where 1 Hour Photo? So you get these real simplistic titles, and I'm like, I'm almost instantly out. But then you watch them, and like Insomnia was a hell of a movie, man. And 1 Hour Photo was pretty fucking crazy too.
Okay, well, let's get into some of the stuff that I've heard about Superman. What is this? What the fuck? How am I number 2 crowned now?
Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. You were here first.
Yeah, no kidding. And you're doing the most.
No, I see he's number 2. Hold on, let me.
Wait a minute.
I don't have any power over the crown. I don't even know how the crown fucking works.
Damn.
But,
who's number 1?
I happened.
What am I then? Am I number 3?
Hilarious.
I'm not anything. I am number 3.
Do any work for it.
It took a second for me to for mine to be. I didn't even have a crown when I first typed that in. Yeah. Number 3.
So yeah,
have you ever actually tried to get? Just on that note, real quick, Have you ever been in a live stream or in a chat and then actually try to get number one without paying?
No.
You know how many times, like on a Ethan stream or something, I have to type so much shit just because it's like a fun game to see how high up the ranking. And if you don't keep doing it, you'll just go down the ranking. I got up to number 4 or number 3 once, and I didn't have to super chat or nothing. I just had to type in a bunch of bullshit.
YouTube just wants to make us fight each other.
That's what it is. Good engagement.
I guess so. If you're one of those ones that really needs it, but whatever.
He's tearing up the chat. How is it that anybody is on top of him? I don't know. I've got like 5 messages in there.
Yeah, no shit. I get that. I'm
3-to-1 ratio in there. But yeah, like I said, Superman. Like, I'm looking forward to it more than I would be Fantastic Four because, honestly, you know how I feel about it. I feel like it's a rehash of something that I saw in 2005. Just because we get a big embodied Galactus now doesn't really make any headway with me. It has the aesthetic of Incredibles. I feel like you're cheating, Marvel. I feel like you're cheating.
Oh, I don't think that's fair. I like that they're actually taking time to do a decent aesthetic for one. They're trying something a little different for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then embodying, doing the Jack Kirby thing with the Galactus.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's what we wanted. Now, female Silver Surfer aside, I don't need some bitch telling me that I'm about to die. Because I already know.
Okay. Speaking of bitches, we're going to get the first little tad out the way with Superman. So, like I said, I've been trying to hide away from social media and not really find anything about Superman. And lo and behold, something pops up on my feed that has to do with Supergirl being in the film. Now, it was already kind of like hinted at and stuff like that.
I heard that.
Even James Gunn said that she was going to have like a little cameo or whatever, kind of like Jason Momoa's Lobo is going to have a cameo in Supergirl next year.
That'll be cool.
But at the end of the film, apparently, Supergirl decides to call Superman a bitch. And I mean, he calls him a bitch. Like, no other term, no other definition, no other synonym. She says he's a bitch. Now, why the hell would you give that kind of a line to the cousin of Superman and also think that's okay to put in Superman's very first film?
Yeah, okay. A couple things on this. Like, Superman is not the IP, in my opinion, where you put something like that.
No, not at all.
It immediately makes me think that he is a bitch. And if he is, I don't like the direction. Like, I don't want to go see emotional damage.
All right. Now hold on. Go up to his first one. I feel like every Superman clip I've seen on X has made me want to watch it less. And then the next one, like Superman having a temper tantrum in front of Lex Luthor over his missing dog. Agreed. And then he acts like, and then also that interview with Lois after he agrees to do an interview, and then he starts fucking yelling at her. He acts like a bitch.
Yeah,
and that's why he's getting called a bitch. And his dog even kicks his ass.
So I understand all that. I've seen all the clips that you guys have. Like when we first looked at the first trailer when it came out on this channel a while back, we did not enjoy seeing Superman being like KO'd out in the middle of the snow. Right.
At the beginning of the trailer.
Yeah, you do not do that. And then we saw Krypto, and he had that magnificent intro, right? The snow's just kicking up behind him like a snowstorm, and he comes into Superman, and then they turn everything about Krypto into a joke.
Yeah, it's like the Krypto movie. Now, I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad, because I'm actually hearing that it's pretty good.
Right.
And that's awesome. This is based off of like the Supergirl thing. This is like based off the calling him a bitch. This movie seems like it's setting it up to make Superman kind of a bitch. He's in handcuffs.
And I'm not for it on his first outing. Like we see him getting pummeled in almost everything that they're showing, right? He got beat at the very beginning of the movie. He's fallen in the snow. He's taking on a kaiju. He's taking on Ultraman. He's going to be taking on Metamorpho and whatever that golden Iron Man wannabe character is going to be. I have a feeling I know who it is.
I think that's going to be a robot. Are you talking about the big robot looking thing that's fighting Superman?
Yeah, the big golden thing. Yeah.
I first thought that was going to be like a suit with Supergirl in it, but then I'm starting to. I saw a clip where Lex Luthor was looking on a computer screen, watching as if he was controlling that thing. I think it's like a robot or something.
Now, see, I don't agree with that from Corey right now. He says he ain't no Man of Steel. His feelings can get hurt. Have you watched the Justice League or Superman animated series?
Yeah, you know what? But that's different. Like, he's emotional, but it's not like this dude kind of seems like he might go cry in a corner.
I could see that, but you can't tell me that you've never seen Superman break down Lex Luthor's door and just start yelling at him angrily.
Or maybe you wanted to, because that's something I wouldn't mind seeing. Just thinking about it, if I was Superman and I didn't have control over, my emotions, like if he stole my dog, I could see that.
See, this is where I start letting it slide a little bit with him getting emotional over Lex Luthor taking his dog. Is because look at it this way. This is the only thing that he knows of his actual home planet. It is the last item or keepsake, even though it's a dog. It's the last thing from his home planet that actually gives him a link to his heritage, a link to something that he is, but he has no way of connecting with. So if you take that last remnant,
not his oppressive cousin.
Yeah,
fuck that. We'll get into that too.
Hey, hold on. There's also the fact, like that scene. That's not even the thing that pissed me off. That he was yelling at Lex Luthor. I thought, okay, they're doing the whole like, don't fuck with a man's dog, right?
Yeah,
I can appreciate that. It's the scene where Lex Luthor has his cup and he's like, and he's like, what do you say? Like that's like. Okay, what are we doing?
You have super hearing, Superman. I know you heard that. Just check them.
You can look through the glass. You can hear shit down on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure his hearing has X-ray hearing. Why would he like not hear that mumble, or just assume he's pissed? Why not just assume he knows what he said?
What about this?
Fucking say you call me a bitch?
What about this? I have a proposal for you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Let's say that they have like James Gunn has a plan. He knows what's going on. He's looking at a bigger picture. He's playing chess, we're playing checkers. And what if there are 3 movies that they've got planned out, and this is the beginning of the story arc where he has to be beaten down. He has to lose his dog, and he has to get called a bitch by his and so that this arc has an actual good story arc. That is, and he has an actual Return of the Jedi moment in the 3rd movie. Is there any chance that this is what we're getting on this?
There's a point where you got to have faith in the director. He didn't let us down. In my opinion, Guardians of the Galaxy were great, and I think based on those alone, everyone should have faith in the fact this isn't going to suck, right? None of those movies were woke. They were great, and that was Marvel. They're worse with the woke shit than DC.
Of all the guys, who are you going to have direct? Name a director right now. Who's the director where you're like, James Gunn is out, I'm replacing him with this guy?
Wait. For Superman? No, not Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's too campy.
No. I'm saying like I'm going to say like DC universe. I'm not even saying like one movie.
You're talking about the Favreau of DC, right? He's like taking over the DCU, not just directing the movie.
Who's going to be that guy?
Well, I don't know who could do the whole universe. I'd say James Gunn is pretty good. He's good at managing like a team, teams of people. I don't know how. I don't know. Has he been tested with multiple movie franchises? I don't think so.
Before Marvel and Disney were able to get the Russo brothers under their thumb again, I would have hired them back on. I would have taken them over to Warner Brothers. Avengers films, people, come on.
But to be honest, I I liked them,
Don't
but
even
also there are things that I did not like. That is straight up Russo brothers' fault. And some of the music was a little over the top. There were moments that were like, bro, I know you're over the top trying to emotionally grab me right now. It ain't working. I'm a dude, and I read this comic book. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the moment. You're not going to get me with this moment here. I don't know. Like, maybe it got everybody else, but there were, I don't know, maybe rewatching it. It's just the Russo. I know they had a huge task in front of them. So no disrespect to the Russo brothers. They did amazing considering they had to give everybody certain amounts of screen time. They had to work in like fucking 10 franchises into a single story and plot with 20 years of like build up, you know? It had to be everything. So it's not going to appeal. Every aspect of it is not going to appeal to everyone. And there were aspects that I'm like, this must be for somebody else. That's all I'm saying about the Russos. I don't know if they would, if they want to bring them into DC though. They just did Marvel. Then we just get another Marvel.
Like, I think they did a good job with directing, but I mean, who do you want the entire universe? You know, the entire DCU IP. Who's needs to be the controlling figure of that?
This guy right here.
Yeah, you got my vote. You got the right idea on that. Yeah.
Man. But nah, like all right, so Supergirl calls him a bitch at the end of the film or whatever. Take her to leave it. I'm gonna leave it. But that's
like Captain America coming in calling him.
That's Gruck. That's who Gruck says.
Oh, dude, we should have asked Gruck a couple days ago.
I'm gonna ask him right now. Is Superman a bitch?
Oh, that's good.
Ask him, see what he says. But the second thing that got under my skin, and this is the last thing that I'll say about Superman, the film, until I see it Saturday, and then we'll get into that another time. But for some reason, they decided to retcon how the Kryptonians feel about sending their children to other worlds. Now,
do they send them to even any other worlds? Because it seems like they're sending everybody to Earth.
Well, that's what it feels like. But let me tell you this: Jor-El is played by Bradley Cooper in this film. That ain't no Marlon Brando. That's no Russell Crowe. We're talking Bradley Cooper.
Why?
And the message that he gives his son is to go to Earth, get yourself a bunch of concubines, populate the Earth, take it over.
Nice. I like that.
That has nothing to do with Superman or
but imagine if he had done that, he could have fixed the world. And if you don't like it, imagine the story of Superman. I'm sure there's a story out there, but imagine if Superman came to Earth and said, "I'm going to fix you," and then basically just to hold the world hostage, and I'm gonna have my concubines and my volcano in the sky. Yeah, basically do that. Holy crap, that's a good show.
Viltrumite story from Invincible.
Yeah, but they took that from Dragon Ball Z, which took that from Superman.
Superman never had that until this film. They didn't steal that.
All right. Well, the Viltrumites are basically Saiyans, essentially. That's Vegeta right there. Vegeta fighting Goku. Except that Goku's Vegeta's son.
Feel like you had to retcon that Superman was going to be brought to Earth in order to get his concubines, enslave the world, repopulate it with more Kryptonians.
I see what you're saying.
And then reign supreme over the Earth. That is odd timing to a T.
Yeah, if they had done that story a while back, but yeah, you're right. That is straight up the Invincible storyline.
Like, did he hit up Kyle Ritter or something, or not? Is it Kyle Ritter who made Invincible?
No, Kyle Ritter is the colorist for Cyberfrog.
No, yeah, you're right. Who Kyle? I forget who the creator of Invincible is now.
He's the guy who did Walking Dead. Damn it, why can't I remember his name now? You messed me up.
I gotta look it up real quick because this
got it
is
right
the
here.
dumbest reinterpret. Robert Kirkman. My God, I was
Kirkman,
way
yeah.
off.
Damn it.
But I absolutely hate this idea for Kryptonians and Jor-El and Superman because from the very beginning we were shown that Krypton was being destroyed. It was on its last leg, and then to save Kal-El, they sent him to Earth, and they were hoping that he would be a beacon of light to the people.
You know what they're doing?
Why are you doing a 180? This is an Elseworlds story that you're trying to create here.
Well, this whole thing is Elseworlds. This new DCU is an Elseworlds thing.
Yeah, there's zero connection between any of their stories right now.
Check it out. So, what if you took Jor-El and merged him with Zod, right? And then you that way you've got a brand new fresh story, because how many times we want to watch fucking Zod come and beat up Superman? What if it was his own father that was Zod? And they just merged those two characters, because the whole point, because if what you're saying is true, then that he sent Superman to go do all these things essentially Zod wanted, then why have Zod at all? Superman's dad is the bad guy, so why not just merge those two characters? Here's my thoughts. If that's the truth, then the next movie, Superman's dad comes to Earth to see, just like the fucking Viltrumites, to see if he's accomplished his mission. And he hasn't, and we're going to get the end of season 1 of Invincible in the next Superman movie, which, by the way, is one of the coolest, best scenes in fucking anything.
Yeah.
That scene is one of the best scenes done ever, like ever done.
Yeah. And you want to know something? It looks better in the actual story.
Oh, I bet, but I've read a lot of that. I like the way, I read it on that site.
I got the big compendium.
Not that much. I have not read that much.
Yeah, Kirkman can write, man.
Yeah, he's good at writing. But that fucking scene, that beats anything that happened in Dragon Ball Z. That beats a lot of cinematic history where he's sitting there screaming at him.
Yeah.
And he's lying on the ground.
Think, Mark.
Holy dude, that scene gets you fucking hardcore, because you feel both the characters' emotions in that scene. I just recently rewatched Invincible with my kids, and dude, I was like with my kids choking back some tears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't let the kids see that shit. Nah, you can't.
Like I can't get Megan invested in much of the stuff that I watch because go figure, look at the screen. But I actually got her to sit down and watch Invincible with me. And she actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Zoom in.
If you
There's
can
some aspects of this that, you know.
So imagine if they did that with Superman, because they're not going to make an Invincible live action for 15 years. So
or longer.
They have
let it go.
So why not do that with Superman? Get his dad Zod, bring Dad. It's more emotional, and then we get a scene like that. Obviously that would suck if it's a ripoff, but that scene is up there with the end of the Cell saga, Goku and Gohan. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that kind of saga.
Yeah, but Frieza, the Cell
first
saga
time Goku goes Super Saiyan, man.
That was epic.
You didn't get rock hard when you saw that for the first time.
That was epic. But come on, man. Gohan, Goku, and the end of Cell.
Yeah.
That shit is like brilliant storytelling. Corey, am I right? I'm right, Corey. Tell him I'm right.
I'll take Frieza Saga over Cell Saga.
No, Cell Saga, because I mean, obviously, that's not fair because Frieza is included in Cell Saga. It's all build up to Cell. Now, naturally, everything after Cell doesn't exist. The story Dragon Ball Z ends with Cell.
Frieza would take down new Superman.
Pretty much all of them would. Anybody in that show could take down Superman. But
yeah, they definitely nerfed Superman for this film, which is fine. I don't like how they let Supergirl call him a bitch at the end of the film. I don't care how he turns out to look like one in the film. You don't do that in the actual beginning of your new franchise. That's just a good way to deplete it.
On this. I really need to see the context, because what if hypothetically, and I'm not trying to justify anything here, but literally, okay, so like there's a recent comic book where Supergirl is like 21st birthday getting drunk or something like that, cruising around.
Woman of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow. We talked about that one.
What if there's like a tie-in to this comic book to where she's drunk and stupid, and he goes over there to, like, you know, he's going to pull her out of the bar. He's like, get your shit together. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bitch. You're just a bitch. The context kind of
matters.
Yeah, I can see that. Or if they're like playing drinking game and Superman can't hang, because she's like a little bit more hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
And she's like out drinking him. And she's like, hey, Mo, what's up?
What's going on, Mo?
And if she calls him a bitch because he can't drink, that would make sense.
Well, that's if you're under a red sun, though, because you can't get drunk when you're under a yellow sun. You have to be under the red sun, which depletes the abilities of the Kryptonian.
You're telling me Superman can't get drunk at all?
You can't get drunk. Can't.
There has to be a scene in at least one of the Christopher Reeves movies, or
the one where he's
in
shooting
the
the
comics
peanuts in the mirror.
Yeah, he gets drunk. There's no way. I know it might take like 20 bottles of vodka.
No,
but
it's
one
like
homemade bottle of wine. That's it.
Homemade, of course.
Test.
So he can drink literally anything. He can drink Everclear.
It's like the Flash. His metabolism doesn't allow him to get drunk, or
Well, then why don't they ever have Superman drink a shitload of gasoline and then burp and light it on fire with his eyes, and then do a fucking Godzilla? It's like, you know how many bad guys?
All the technicalities of the Kryptonian biology.
Fucking badass.
It would still taste gross.
Yeah, but that'd be badass if Superman. Now, of course, he could just do it with his eyes. Who cares? But if he like burped flames and like torched Lex Luthor or somebody, one of his henchmen,
that would be if you saw Jackie Chan in the Superman costume. Drunken Master Superman. That'd be shit.
That's all I'm saying. Superman. Drink gasoline.
James Gunn. That's a free one, buddy.
Yeah. As the only Ironheart super fan on the panel, I'm very interested in Stanley's opinions on Supergirl.
I have not seen Ironheart, by the way, but
yeah, I hadn't either.
I haven't either.
I'm not now. I'm getting caught up on. I'm getting caught up on Disney. Andor. I'm just watching Andor. Not bad. I'm not impressed, but I'm not let down at all. Andor seems like it's actually going pretty cool.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm watching Acolyte, and I don't have a problem with it.
I haven't seen Acolyte. That one looked like one that I would hate. So that's interesting.
It's actually all right.
You know, my biggest issues with like all of that Star Wars stuff on Disney is really it's not been the preachy stuff, and that's entirely possible that I just hadn't watched enough to get there. But
hold on, could Ironheart what take down? No.
It's like what was what's his name? Obi-Wan. That one was just dull.
Now I heard that it could be kind of good if you look past a few things.
Right.
Now, which is stupid. If you consider it, first of all, you have to understand Disney Star Wars is fan fiction. And I agree with that. Even the Han Solo movie is good.
Okay, not great.
That's a good movie. It's
a good movie if it's not Han Solo. You substitute Han Solo and you say it's a solo Star Wars movie and it's Dash Rendar or somebody, it's actually a pretty good movie. It's just not Han Solo.
If it's Johnny,
I don't mind. Dash Rendar is a throwaway character. He was only big in the video game. He wasn't even that big.
Dash Rendar deserved a movie more than Han Solo did.
Maybe because we already know everything about Han Solo, and that'd be fine. Exactly. But Dash Rendar's not even that big in the book, by the way. That was a video game and a toy. Like that's where that guy came from.
That movie was like he's big enough to fill the role of that movie.
Sure, they should have done a Dash Rendar movie and not a fucking Han Solo. We don't need all the exposition. All right, what's he say? What's Bo Big saying right here?
You can call it the fan fiction, but they own the legal rights to Star Wars, so it's really not. And fan fiction applies it was written by a fan, not someone who hates the franchise.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, but it's shipping. It's Disney's shipping is what it is.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't. You can in your mind dissociate. This is not real Star Wars. Just like me, Dragon Ball Z. It ends at Cell Saga. Everything after Cell doesn't really matter to me, and so I'm happy with Dragon Ball Z because
you still gotta go watch Dragon Ball Daima.
I have watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Daima.
You need to finish it. That last episode, hell yeah!
All right, I'll do it because you told me the same thing about Incredible or whatever. Invincible.
Yeah.
And you were right.
See?
You were absolutely right about Invincible.
Trust me, I'm not going to lead you astray.
Yeah, right. You just said you're like talking Supergirl all day long.
Yeah, I've been checking it out. But anyway,
you just said Acolyte was good.
Right now. I want to get into a little something before we get into the next half of this.
All right.
What
do we got?
Stanley, you had some fun at a convention. You want to get into that?
Dude,
yeah. I want to hear about
this. As much as I can, absolutely. I don't even know what to say. I had a lot of fun.
Did you see Mr. Beast?
He wasn't there.
What is this convention
called?
It
was a new class in there. I'll tell you that. A lot of the old names were not there.
What was the name of the convention?
VidCon?
In California.
Yeah,
the big VidCon, YouTube VidCon.
All the big names, all the big YouTubers go and hang out there and party out.
Okay.
Wasn't Leon Lush there? You said that the old crowd was not there.
The thing is, like Leon, everybody's been. Like anybody who's a big YouTuber, they all go, but they go for like 2 or 3 years and then they lose interest. Leon did it in like 2017.
Yeah, he's back in Mr. Beast's phase. He came from Mr. Beast, right?
He was on he got a big spike out of being on one of Mr. Beast's challenges. Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know who Leon Lush is, he's a channel I'd recommend.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
That's a good channel, man.
Is that from this year?
Hold on a second. What's cool about DBZ is every other show you will watch will probably seem amazing compared to it once you watch it. All right. If you can zap out all the bullshit in between, they've done like the summarized DBZ, and you could probably watch the entire thing in like an hour, but you get rid of all the extra fluff, and DBZ, it does have some really epic moments. And the fluff kind of adds to the buildup of all of that.
The fluff doesn't even really come in until like the Cell Saga and Boo Saga.
That's not true.
I
just watched Dragon Ball. No, I've tried to watch Dragon Ball. Like I have Dragon Ball. I have all of them except for everything after Cell. I actually need to get the Cell Saga. Anyways, Dragon Ball is almost impossible to watch now. I've watched it once, and I can. Dude, it's so hard to get through season 1 of Dragon Ball now because there's so much bullshit in the middle, and even the Vegeta shit. You have to watch so much shit just to get to that cool episode where he blows up the planet.
I didn't want to deviate from VidCon, but apologies, Stanley. But
dude, don't worry about it.
How many times have you been to VidCon?
There's an epic battle going on in the chat right now. It's important.
There is.
Guys, I got your back. I know they want to talk about VidCon, but I got your back.
I'm watching the chat on this.
Okay. Nah, go fuck yourself if you think Dragon Ball's bad. Stay, Mo. I don't mean it.
Dude, I'm sorry. I do have to be honest with you on that one. And I like that there's a little bit of differentiation on the panel up here. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan.
That's because you haven't seen it.
I've seen enough of it, like, to know that I'm like, I can't sit through this.
You've seen one episode. Then you've seen one episode.
When you're younger, you allow that anticipation to build up when they stand there for like 30 seconds powering up.
Yeah.
You allow
like your entire junior high and high school years to get through one season.
But let's see.
It does have their moments. It's like brain rot, worthless shit watching growing up every week. You watch a new episode and every other episode before it, the replays, right?
It would have been different if so in the 90s, early 2000s, if it was like something that was playing and it was, like I'm watching TV and doing stuff and I was younger, it probably would have been different because there were shows that I enjoyed a whole lot.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. While you were up in your room recording your punk rock, I was watching Dragon Ball Z downstairs. Both were about as equal as far as like productive. How much is productive because
well, you just haven't heard my recent solo, my newest.
I'm not talking about recent. I'm talking about 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It's been like fucking almost 30 years ago. I wasn't 10 though. I just turned 40.
What's funny is like 30 years later, and
we're still talking about it.
Thing.
Oh my god, you're
down
right.
There watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm over here recording a shit bag.
I'm just saying you can't call Dragon Ball Z bad if we're still talking about it when you're almost 40.
Now that's true. And when I was in my 20s is when I actually started liking it, because when I was in high school, I did not like it. There was like a couple episodes I did like. And then there was in my 20s is when I went back. What's Mo saying? Credit to the hold on. Credit to the creators for putting in subliminal brainwashing to cause an entire generation of men to become weebs. Epic revenge for Hiroshima. However, it's not the same as making a great show. Dude, there are moments. If you were into the shit, and I had a friend who actually made me watch it in Japanese and convinced, and it actually was better in Japanese. It really is better in Japanese.
Like the less you can understand it, the better it is.
Maybe that's what's going on. The Trunks movie, dude. The Trunks movie was good.
Japanese was awesome.
Dude. Fucking Godzilla -1 is a perfect example of that. Because I saw that in theaters several times in the Japanese, and I fucking love that movie. And then it came on Netflix with the dubs. It wasn't as good with dubs.
Anyway,
unless you can. All right, it's good. It's not for everybody, but
sure,
it's good, man. It has its moments that are fucking epic, like Cell. The end of Cell.
How many times have you been to VidCon at this point, Stanley?
This is my third one.
Okay, but you've done more that revolve around this atmosphere.
Yeah, I've done a couple of VidCons. I've done, I think, 4 or 5 Vid Summits, and I've done Video Marketing World.
Hold on.
Favorite? Can you say? Are you allowed?
Mo Biggs in the chat. You are a fucking weeb, bro. Young gonad.
Dude, you're a weeb. Nobody
you're
said
a weeb,
that
dude. Yeah, you're a weeb. You've seen Dragon Ball Z. You just
have.
The next thing Mo's gonna be like, oh yeah, when they're doing the fusion shit, that's like totally lame when they're like dancing around doing the fusion. And what's a boo?
Yeah,
I know, Mo.
Hate on it.
Yeah,
it's like nerdrotic. I take it back. He's not nerdrotic.
No, you're not. No. We don't go there. That's a low blow.
What is it about all these VidCons and Vid Summits that like help you out, because you are in that arena of like helping people like grow channels and whatnot? What do these help specifically with?
So there's a couple of things. Like primarily you go there because these dudes are giving presentations. Like the first presentation I went to was Rene Ritchie and Tom Beaupre. And these dudes work at YouTube. And they were talking specifically about like what YouTube is doing, what you can expect to see from them. Like there's a whole presentation on how YouTube works. You know, like what people get wrong when they're sitting there talking about how, you know, YouTube doesn't like showing out my videos to anybody. Well, these two guys work on the algorithm, and hearing them talk about the way they specifically design the algorithm to work, you learn a lot just from listening to them and hearing it and kind of cutting through the clutter. The other thing is, and this is the more enjoyable part of it, but you go to this to the conference, and there's all these people giving these presentations. You have this hub, like all these YouTubers are in there, and then at night you go to dinner, and it's like every night you go to 2 dinners, and there's like 2 different brands that are hosting dinner, and they're trying to soak up as many YouTubers as possible because they want to sell that product. They want to sell that product to some people. Some people, they want to convince them to use that product. So you get to get in there and have conversations, not only with like these, kind of cool YouTubers that, you've seen on YouTube, and you're like, man, that dude's cool. Like, I like watching his stuff. I kind of want to pick your brain. But then you also have dinner with like, Samsung or somebody, and, you get to kind of pick up some free stuff, and you get to pick up sponsorships.
Yeah. So, like when you said, like when you because you posted a video on your channel about going to VidCon and everything, and I watched it. I thought it was pretty cool. Little short clip. It's fun, and that's on the My Mobile YT, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the channel I have in the chat here. I'll post a little thing.
So My Mobile YT is Stanley Orchard's one of his channels that he put some content out on. This one's specifically to help out smaller YouTubers, help grow and keep them invigorated and hopeful of, growing their channel. And then his other one is about fishing, and that one's just fun to watch when you just want to relax on the couch and just watch somebody else fish. But not a problem, man. And but yeah, VidCon. Were you able to get out a little something that you've been working on there, or was it not ready for that yet? Or
yeah, you know what? I think we're far enough along. We're far enough along that there are some things about that I can actually talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
So the tickets to these are kind of expensive. I've never paid for a ticket.
They're like
to go to
$3,000, right?
Yeah, the ticket that I had on this one was like $3,500, somewhere around there. Yeah, and they paid for airfare and everything. I went there to support a couple of different companies. One of them is the KDCC. This is the Can Do Creator Community. They have an awesome server on Discord, and if you want to learn about YouTube stuff, I'll actually be hosting a live stream series in there starting very soon, and some other servers that I can't talk about just yet, I don't think.
Okay.
But I went to represent those guys at a couple of these dinners and to try to sell sponsorships with some brands.
Okay.
That was my role there.
Oh,
that is a very fancy sign, the Escape the Night. That looks like it would be a Netflix special.
It's so dated, though. You see, it's YouTube Red.
Okay. I don't know how old that picture is. I just pulled up the first thing that looked like it was, pretty big and epic. So
I mean, it still looks like that, but I just saw YouTube Red, and I was like, "Whoa! I thought that was their porn thing."
Escape the Night.
That's Red too. Don't ask me how I know that.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
I just go to X. All right. Hold on. Let me write that down real quick. YouTube Red.
Yeah, you're right, Mo. That was a YouTube thing before it got picked up by Netflix. There's a couple of shows like that they lost. What was the other one? Was Letterkenny.
Letterkenny, yes. I watch their TikToks all the time.
Yeah. Their
really?
YouTube channel is hilarious.
I didn't know they had a TikTok. That's the one they have a show, right? Where did I see that
Letterkenny
show
is awesome.
Yeah.
Letterkenny's funny. It's kind of like
Mo Biggs in the chat.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly.
It's like you would watch that.
Is.
You would watch that like next to like King of the Hill or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are y'all thinking about this new King of the Hill season?
I'm stoked about it. I haven't seen it.
I fucking love King of the Hill.
Yep.
I fucking love that show. I watch it every day.
Yeah.
However, this new season, I've got some reservations about it. Have you seen the previews?
Oh,
I have.
God.
No. Not that it's going to be woke or anything like that. It's all about the voice acting. It's the
They're
it
all
seems.
Dead.
I get it, but Hank,
their cast members.
it's okay. Yeah, but the jokes that they play on these trailers, like Hank Hill's voice, the cadence, whatever, the joke, the cadence, everything feels like nobody gives a shit anymore, and it's all ham-fisted in there, like it's all stupid one-liner jokes. I know it's a trailer, So we'll see how the show is. I don't know if the show's going to suck because the trailer sucks, but
the only one that I knew that passed away was the one that played Dale, which is why he doesn't have that high pitched, lanky.
Also the guy who played Dale. There's the Indian guy.
John Redcorn died.
John Redcorn died. Brittany Murphy's dead.
She went way before, before any of the others.
Yeah. She was murdered. I fully believe she was murdered. If you know anything about the Brittany Murphy thing, man, she's murdered. She was poisoned.
I'll give Mike Judge a chance because the new Beavis and Butthead was decent.
Okay.
I love Mike Judge.
Now I just learned about the new Beavis and Butthead. That's like where they're old, right?
Yeah, they have.
I've been seeing clips. Now I haven't watched it. I just now learned that it even existed.
I'm afraid to watch that one, man.
Where does it exist at? Where's it streaming? Because I want to see that.
I'm not sure showing streams, but
I've been showing my kids Beavis and Butthead clips because
now
they
King of
are
the Hill,
fucking funny.
It does scare me a little bit because King of the Hill is going to be on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Yeah, and that's coming out pretty soon, in a couple weeks, right? No, it's not on Paramount. Weeks, right? It's on Hulu. Oh, you talking about the Beavis and Butthead's on Paramount? Okay. Well, I'm not going to subscribe to Paramount, so I guess I'm not watching Beavis and Butthead.
I have Paramount. I'll be watching it.
The only reason I get Paramount is to watch Star Trek Next Generation and all the Star Trek shit, and I already have all of it on DVD.
See, I use Paramount Plus for all my Ninja Turtles.
I got all those on DVD.
See?
And they're not going to get edited in the future. Like you see, X-Files or some shows get like edited when they get on because they're streaming. Like Disney has a real problem with editing shit. That's why physical media is better. The interfaces suck, and it does suck. Like the old Star Trek DVDs suck because you have to hit play on every single episode. The one good thing about the streaming shit is that it continuously plays through. But other than that, physical media.
They don't release it like every fucking Thursday or Friday.
Well, yeah. You talking about the new stuff?
Yeah, no kidding. But other than that,
it's going to be good.
I'm going to have to watch it. I think it's going to be good. The premise does seem pretty solid. Bobby's all grown up and working as a chef. Right. I did hear some weird rumor, not a rumor, but it was like speculation that Bobby he's still with what's her name? Connie, and that there might be some weird cuckery going on with the other friend, John Redcorn's son, and that ties like that. Well, yeah, but they had that with John Redcorn and Dale, but not their son. And the son,
he was always like the real sexy teenager one.
And Connie
portray him like that.
But Connie always went with Bobby. But so I can see how they would do that. That's the problem that I'm saying right now. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the problem. Is that there's too much room for that cuckery in there.
Well, see, I think that's going to play into the relationship that John Redcorn had with Dale's wife.
Yeah,
I think they'll play the jokes up on that similarity.
That's what I'm saying. But do we want that? Like, it's funny with the John Redcorn thing, but with Bobby, that means he would be a willing participant, or Connie's a hoe and cheating on him.
I don't think it would be known, and I can guarantee you Bobby wouldn't put up with that. With as much as we've seen in the past of Bobby on the old King of the Hill, he wouldn't. I don't know, man.
I think he would put up with it.
It might not be something he's privy to, like maybe he. Maybe
but that means Connie's a hoe.
He's so committed to it.
Well, don't forget.
Don't forget. Giving Connie.
Either he's a cuck or Connie's a hoe. That's it.
Because remember in the old episodes when Connie actually kissed John Redcorn's son, she went up to Bobby and tried to apologize her, and she was just like, "I'm sorry," and I'm blah 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 blah, and he goes, "Yeah, and you're so loose and cheap." I was like, "That's coming out of a 12-year-old."
Yeah, but Bobby says some funny shit though, dude. That show's so funny. I just watched this morning the episode where they go the kids go into the cave, the makeout cave, the make whoopee, and fucking they Bobby and Connie, like Connie obviously wants to hang out with Bobby, but then they bring Redcorn's son in and they go to the cave, and then she ends up like almost like kind of like holding hands with Redcorn's son, and then Bobby's like, y'all are like, I see what's going on here, and I'm just want to say, if we don't make it out of this cave, I want you to eat me. And then Connie's like, oh, I love Bobby. He's so great for doing something like that. And then Bobby and Redcorn's son has I don't remember his name, but they have like a moment where he's like, oh no, she's into you, bro, and he's like, nah, dude, she's totally into you. That's fine when they're kids, but when they grow up, and then there's like the fucking throuple shit going on.
It doesn't have to be a throuple thing. Like it could very simply be just like one of those natural things that you go through sometimes, where like they're in a rut. Like maybe it's a 7-year itch or whatever. He's pursuing his passion of like cooking, and he's just like not like they're busy. They're doing late 20-year-old things. And Redcorn's son comes back from the military or something. He's attractive. It just kind of catches Connie's eye for a little bit, just enough to stir the pot so that there's a plot in the episode. But then they realize, you know what? No, she always loved Bobby. And it was.
I hope they do that, because I want more of like Hank Hill and Peggy kind of. Obviously, that's the old school. That's like our parents, right? Obviously, the old school.
Hank Hill is my dad.
Yeah, seriously. Like this is growing up. I was definitely Bobby. I was like, damn, that what's wrong with that boy? That was me. But I didn't grow up I grew up to appreciate those values and try, as hard as I can to emulate them. But the times, but I ain't no fucking cuck, and I ain't my best friend. We don't want that aspect to grow. The whole point of King of the Hill was that it was like, this is actually a pretty wholesome family. You don't want to fuck that, scatter it to the wind with Bobby's generation.
I don't foresee them doing it. Mike Judge is good about that stuff. I have a lot of faith in him and his creative.
I have with like the faith in the directors and the creators, right?
Oh, like it might just be a clip from one episode where they're going to play that storyline out for one episode. Right.
That's fair.
Thing.
But how many seasons? We're talking one season, maybe two, right? We're not talking like this is going to be an ongoing.
The audience.
Yeah, it's not going to be 14 years.
X-Files managed to pull out 2 extra seasons later.
It's like the episode where Dale gets an assistant that's a female, and suddenly his wife starts getting jealous that he's spending so much time with his assistant, and lo and behold, she is actually trying to move in on him. But Dale, being the upstanding guy that he is, doesn't do anything with her and goes home to whatever her name is, the blonde.
Yeah,
and, that makes her fall for him even more.
Yeah, but does she break it off of Redcorn after that?
She does.
I think she does. I think that's actually that story arc, how that goes.
For an episode?
No, for the rest of the thing.
Like
that actually
after that happens, like for the extended to the end of the show, like
John
Redcorn even says, like, I can't believe after 14 years you're ending it. I'm like, motherfucker, you've been cheating.
I do remember that episode, yeah.
John Redcorn is the biggest piece of shit in the show.
Yeah, actually, he is. He is the biggest piece of shit. But who? Oh, fuck, man.
It's not even for
she's the big piece of shit too, though.
Cheating
Who's
with Dale's
the bigger
wife?
Piece of shit? Because he's not the one cheating. She is.
Well, guys, come on. This is like this conversation could go a whole lot of different directions. Because she's a piece of shit for cheating. He's a piece of shit for like what he. But also, like Dale, it's not like he was the best husband out there. You know what I mean? It's not like she was cheating on.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. But it's also like, if she is stuck in the rut of this marriage that she has,
that boy ain't right.
Did they have a kid?
Yeah, that Mo Biggs, you got to get caught up on the chat. That boy ain't right, because I'm watching DBZ. DBZ and
also,
IMDb.
By the way, did you hear they're releasing Alamo beer at HEB?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
really?
right, Mo.
Yeah, because of the show.
Actually, I think that's where John. I remember who did it first, but they both like stood on equal ground of ending it.
That's an interesting dynamic for a show
more
like
land
that.
Back from the government for John Redcorn. I remember that.
And they do nail Texas, man. Like a lot of aspects about this show. If you don't live in Texas, they do kind of nail it. The barbecue is spot on, man, and your yard and everything.
One of the biggest contentions I have with the entire
that
show
boy ain't right.
Is the way that he is like I understand the whole propane thing.
Yeah, but he's from Houston.
I don't think I know a single Texan who's going out there going, it's got to be propane.
It's wood. It's wood. It's mesquite. But he's from Houston. He's from a city.
Arlington, Dallas area. So you're right.
No. He's from Arlen. He's from Arlen, and from what I understand, it's the north. Like it's supposed to be set north of Houston.
Outside of Dallas.
No, I thought it was north of Houston.
Oh. Hold on, I'm looking it up right
now. To those who don't know, that is a huge difference.
Okay, it is Arlen, Texas. You're right. I thought it was Arlington.
No, yeah, it's Arlen, which is a fake town made up based off of places north of Houston, and there is a huge difference. If you're not from Texas, Texas is so big that's like 4 states worth of space in between Houston and Dallas. And
this whole time I thought it was Arlington.
The culture changes from Houston to Dallas. It's a huge difference. Huge difference, folks. Now, Texas has its like tropes that are totally true across the whole fucking state. But like HEB, I'm just talking to somebody because there's been a lot of posts about HEB. How do people care so much about HEB? Like, why are people so fucking dedicated to the grocery store? Bro, if you lived in Texas, you'd know. HEB is where it's at.
It's the same with Indiana. Like you can go to your Walmart or your Target, but everybody goes to Myers. Myers is the store to go to. It's like
the HEB is better than Target and Walmart
times 2, and it's way cleaner. Surprisingly,
HEBs are nice, man. Plus, I don't know. We could go all day, and I could do a whole fucking stream talking about how badass HEB is.
Wiggly, I'll give you that. But yeah,
HEB, no, bro, no.
Yeah.
No.
I said it ain't no Piggly Wiggly.
I'm saying Piggly Wiggly ain't no HEB,
but
HEBs are where it's at. It's the best fucking place on the planet. The HEB meat market. Tying it back around to King of the Hill, I'll go to that meat market and go have conversations with the butcher, dude. Like I'm like, oh man, what's a good cut of meat this week? Oh, we got Bessie over here, and they actually have a display.
They have the names and the pictures of the animal.
They have the name of they'll have a display where every piece of meat in that display is Bessie or whatever, right? And they'll label every chunk of meat for parts of this is the whole fucking cow, and this is the cow, and this is where the cow grew up.
They'll have the most beautiful photo of that cow when they won the county award.
No shit. I'm not even shitting you. This is like a real thing. And it's an end cap display on like the meat market. And it's I don't know. It's to show you that this cow is like safe to eat. Meanwhile, you go to Walmart and it's like pink fucking food colored like meat. You know what I mean? It doesn't even look like real meat.
Really?
Yeah, no shit. It's like this is real fucking meat from a meat market, and you go to Walmart and it's like this is not real meat, bro. This does not look like meat. This looks like 3D printed, I don't know, protein patties.
No, thank you.
But that's where Hank Hill would say, like, this shit ain't right. Like, he shops at HEB, bro. And I don't know about the propane thing because I've never met anybody that cared that much about propane. But it's an allegory for barbecue in general because, yes, I'm like that with my barbecue, my grill. I've got 2 grills and mesquite. I'm like that with mesquite.
Okay.
So King of the Hill.
Awesome. Arlen, Texas it's a conglomeration of different areas, but you're right. There's a lot of North Houston kind of stuff. There is some Dallas stuff in there, but they have like episodes. I was reading up on it right here while y'all were talking. They have episodes where it's like an hour to Mexico. They have an episode where they go to Houston. They have, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
yeah. Central Texas. It could be. It's similar to like I'm in Central Texas.
It's an impossible town because there is no way.
Yeah, all the towns are so different.
Anywhere in Texas in 1 hour. You can't drive from the town that you live in to the town that you live in 1 hour.
Yeah,
in Texas.
We lived in Corpus growing up, and then we moved out to the country, which is like there's no way you could get between cities in an hour. Like there's Corpus, which is like 3 or 4 hours away from San Antonio, which is like 2 or 3 hours away from Austin, which is like 2 or 3 hours away from Waco, which is 2 or 3 hours away from Dallas, and they're all 6 hours away from Houston because nobody goes to Houston. Because Houston sucks. And we all agree on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
The whole rest of Texas all agrees that Houston sucks. And also, welcome to Texas, or welcome back to Texas, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Grant came back to Texas?
Yeah. He's a big-time NBA basketball player. He's been all over the country because he can't stay on a team to save his life. And he's at the end of his career. Everyone's kind of sick of him. And but he's still a big name, so he moved to Houston, and he's playing for Houston now.
Okay. Nice. Getting all the big names out there.
They can have him.
You got
I like Kevin Durant. I just don't want him on my team.
Bro, it blew my mind when I learned the Spurs are Austin Spurs now.
No, though, that's their G League team.
What? What the hell?
G League.
G League? So it's still San Antonio Spurs.
Still San Antonio Spurs. Now they have a farm team, like a second tier team, like Little League, whatever, like minor league basketball. And that's the Austin Toros.
No, I'm talking about the Austin Spurs.
Yeah, it's the Austin Spurs.
But they're not San Antonio Spurs anymore.
Yeah, they are. It's the San Antonio Spurs. Their minor league team is the Austin Spurs. It's the Austin Toros.
Mo Big's falling asleep.
All right. Change the topic.
We'll change it up. Thank you, Mo. But I've been anticipating some stuff that's been coming in through my mail and what I've been seeing on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
But first off, we're going to do this real quick. So I want to give a shout out to Ben Soto.
Where is he tonight?
Yeah, right? He might be doing a stream right now.
He probably is. But that dude delivers. I just got his volume 2 for his anthology, Tricks and Treats. I haven't read it yet, but next show it's going to be a Grody review, and I'm probably going to be putting this one up on the docket to talk about. I read volume 1. I gave it to Peter, and
yeah, man, I liked it.
I love his anthologies. These are good, like horror stories where he puts like twists on it that you wouldn't expect. Like I don't even see these kinds of twists in movies. These are very unique ways of telling these stories, and I really like them.
I like the tree in the first volume. There's a story that has to do with the tree, and I kind of got the Tree of the Living. That was it was supposed to be the Tree of Life, and it ends up being the Tree of the Living, and I was like,
that was a good twist.
That's a good twist, and that's actually a circle of hell in Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty clever, man. Like where people, I'm not gonna go. You got to get Tricks and Treats Volume 1.
Well, Tricks and Treats Volume 1, you can't get anymore. That is the last time that they did Tricks and Treats Volume 1.
But they got to do a reprint.
They're not going to do a reprint. I already asked.
What is with people not wanting to do reprints?
I have no idea. It's a good way to make quick cash.
What's Mo saying here? Yeah, not just anybody can write a good twist that makes sense. Guys, Mo's a weeb. Cringe.
But yeah, Tricks and Treats Volume 2. I'm definitely looking forward to getting into this one. Like, I don't even think that the campaign on Fund My Comic has fully funded, but they delivered it, so it's already ready to go. All you got to do is go in there, put down your contribution, and they send it out. I got this within less than a week of when I contributed.
He's about to launch in a couple of days. He's about to launch that other book, right?
Cephas.
Cephas. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for him to be like launch that. Since we first talked, Halloween is when we discovered Tricks and Treats.
No
Halloween,
kidding.
and so we've been waiting, and he came on and was talking about how, in July I'm going to be launching this book. We've been waiting since fucking Halloween, man, for him to launch this book. It looks cool,
to it.
dude.
The art looks great.
Yeah, the art looks great. It looks like a cool story, man.
Okay, and then when I was on X, some guy that I've never interacted with actually left a tweet on one of my posts, and he said, "Hey, you ought to go over here and check this out." So on Amazon, by the creator known as Timothy Olson, I don't know if anybody knows this. Timothy Lee.
I've heard Timothy Olson. I've heard that name.
He created the comics Melvin 1 and 2. If you've read Melvin, he's the creator of Melvin. But he put me on this little $10 book, which is actually $18 after shipping and everything from Amazon. But it's called Zed and Odysseus.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Last
So this
week.
is supposed to be like a satire comedy, because you can see his characters are covered in C-3PO and R2-D2. And when you actually open it up, yeah, these are the main characters, Zed and Odysseus. So yeah, you can see why he did that, because he knew people were already going to make that connection. So he just made a little quip about it here on the front page. Like it says, C-3PO lookalike says, "I don't feel right about this." And then the R2-D2 guy says, "Shut up. They think we're famous. I mean, beep, bop, boop." So, they're making fun of themselves, but they also they understand that people are going to make that connection. So this is a comedy, little short comedy, maybe 20, 22 pages. But yeah, got it off Amazon. I'm going to look into that one, see how good it is.
Hold on, open it up real quick. I'm curious how print-on-demand books look. That's print-on-demand, right? It's Amazon's all P.
Yeah, this is a really good, the thick plastic cover. It's, glossy. It's
the inside cover is
really
blank,
material.
right? I've heard that's one of the problems with POD books. The inside cover is blank. Is that right?
No.
Oh, interesting. And I have been lied to. That's one of the things I was concerned about.
Yeah.
With
and this isn't staple. This is actually perfect bind. It's where the pages are glued into the spine.
Yeah.
I don't know what the technicality or the term is for it, but
it should be staple because it's not that big, but
it's not. It's perfect bound.
22 pages.
It's got a spine on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Close the book. How does it fold? Does it bow?
No,
in the center?
Crazy.
Nice. And how many pages is that? You said 20 something?
22, maybe 24.
Like a floppy?
Yeah, floppy. And it's really good material.
That's actually pretty
that you would get off the rack.
That's really intriguing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's encouraging because I've heard nothing. I have not heard good things about print on demand from Amazon.
All right, so
that
I'll show you
bad
guys
at all.
What the interior art is. It is black and white. Oh, I just had myself enlarged, gay. But this is the interior art.
Ah, nice. That's pretty fun art.
Yeah.
What's that dude doing in a fucking teleporter? What is that thing?
I think that's a containment unit. I think that's
it's a back to tank,
I guess.
Interesting. How is he screaming? Why is his diaper fucking leaking?
It's a comedy satire. I pooped
my pants. Okay, Joe Biden. Those are the best memes ever. I crapped my pants.
But,
Who crapped my pants?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what it was. Who crapped my pants?
Pretty decent art in this.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good looking. Pretty good looking stuff.
Right. That's not bad. I look forward to
Yeah, I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing on there.
All right. And then I've got this one that just came in the mail today.
Oh, where's that from?
I don't even remember what it is, but it's from Alexander Perry.
Perry, that sounds familiar.
I'm gonna have to open this up right here. I'll take myself.
You gotta do it.
Full screen.
Whoa, you're opening it up live.
Well, I just don't like being on.
If you don't want to go big on that while you're opening it up, but I just did Grokin 3, and I like Grokin 3. I reread it again because I'll have to reread the whole thing, right? After last week's episode on my channel, going through all those comics, I went back and reread the Grokin thing, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a whole lot more. Every time you get a new issue, you've got to reread it, right? And then all the ones prior to kind of refresh your brain and everything.
Right.
And man, I'm liking this Grokin series.
Let's open
and
this
he
up
just did a Grokin 4 sign up list, by the way.
Good Gemini, taped up. Oh, okay. So this is from Alex VRB. He was selling something on eBay, and I got it way cheaper than I anticipated seeing this book. Oh, he sent me a little art print with it too. How cool.
Hold on. Is that cash grab? That poster looks like the Anna Star Wars girl poster. Am I right or wrong?
I'll reveal it. Hang on. Let me get this shit out of the way.
I see one. No, maybe not. I thought I saw the Kelsey Shannon Anna Star Wars girl poster.
Oh, I have a cash grab comment.
Oh, it is cash grab. I called it. I only need like a half bit of information to call that, dude. That's the Anna
holdout poster. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. I know that poster.
Is that Anna?
Yeah, I just saw that one piece of the poster and was like, yeah, I know that poster. That's Anna, the Star Wars girl.
That's crazy. Appreciate it, Alex. I'll be sure to hide that
your
from
forelight.
Have you seen? Okay, so you haven't read Cash Grab yet, then? I haven't. Did you get Dirtworm Doug with that?
No.
What happened?
I think.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. If you can hear me,
he probably hit a button. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I think he hit a button.
This too.
I actually think that Dirtworm Doug was better than Cash Grab. It might be the bad take, but I actually thought Dirtworm Doug was funnier than Cash Grab was great, but Dirtworm Doug was really funny. If you know anything about the Doug Chinapole.
Let's get Mo Biggs in here real quick.
What
Halloween is when we discovered tricks and treats. Peter thinks he's a Christopher Columbus of diabetes. God. Maybe their print on demand got better with time.
They've been improving their stuff.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, I guess I'll allow it. Don't go with that dude, Joe Biden. At least Joe Biden knew his butt had been wide.
Hey, can we?
He was really proud, right?
I got to say something about that. It is July. It is July. The over/under on that dude surviving 6 months after he left the presidency, I was taking the under. Congratulations, Joe Biden. You proved me wrong. You lived longer than 6 months after you left. Cheers.
Yeah, kudos.
You saying cheers that he's still alive?
Cheers that he beat me because I had money says he was going to die before July.
Yeah, I'm not going to cheers his death.
Oh,
I'm not an animal.
Okay. And once he was out of office, I don't give a shit anymore.
He's out. Know if he knows he's alive.
I didn't think he was going to make it to the end of the presidency, but now that he's out, I don't care when he dies. Just fucking leave him. I know his daughter, somebody's posting pictures of him and he's working. And I'm like, what's he fucking doing? Signing autographs? Like, Dad's back at work again. He's not even in president anymore and he's still working. What's he doing? He's fucking, I don't know, signing fucking bills or something.
So the comic that I actually got from Alex VRB, which we follow each other on X, always chilling with D-Wag and having fun and everything. But what he actually had on eBay for $15 now, was the silver cover of Cyberfrog Blood Honey.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not just Blood Honey, though. That's the ultimate Cyberfrog Blood Honey, which is Blood Honey and Diary of Heather Swain.
Okay.
But spliced together, not even just like one then the other. Like they spliced it in to tell the story properly.
And it's fucking signed.
I think that's the best version of Blood Honey. Is the ultimate with the diary, and the silver cover is fucking badass.
Yeah, I love the emboss.
That's not an Amazon option.
$15. Damn, man. That's 15. A steal.
Yeah, and of course the art's great. I mean, fucking look at that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard to get more like badass detail and art and everything than Ethan.
Well, just the sense of humor, the art, just
he sets the bar. I don't know why he put that up on eBay for $15, but as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get it because I did back Wrecked Planet. So now that I've got the story that came beforehand, I get to reread it and actually put some more to it.
I think I have the silver one. It's the exact same as the white one, which they call the ghost one.
Yeah.
I have the silver one in the box, and I've got the white one's my reader version that I take with me every like whenever I'm like out
rolls it up,
and about.
Pocket, skate
like that first appearance of Gambit. What was that live? What stream was I on where I fucking ripped that thing up? I like had it fold the first appearance of Gambit X-Men issue.
Oh, I don't remember.
And I had it rolled up, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" And I was drinking, and I was like, "Oh, this is the first appearance of Gambit. Look how stupid it was. It was green instead of pink, and blah blah blah." What? And I tossed it in the back. I don't even know what happened to that fucking comic book.
Yeah,
was it that bad? I like Gambit.
No, it was actually a cool comic book, but I was just being silly.
Okay. You're being silly.
And I ruined the fucking first appearance of Gambit comic book.
Although
it might have been a facsimile.
Wouldn't that have been some coin?
I don't give a shit. When I fucking
went through his peanut butter covered hands.
Yeah, I fucking bought X Factor #1 that was in a case. It was in a plastic case, and in front of the collector guy that I bought it. And this is funny. I went to a collectible shop, and I always wanted to read X Factor, and I bought it for like $25. And in front of the store owner, I cracked that thing open and pulled the comic book out, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I always wanted to read it." And I started reading it. It wasn't the best copy, right? It wasn't like a 9.8. It was probably like a 7 or an 8. But I didn't give a shit. I cracked that thing open because I wanted to read the motherfucker. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I always wanted to read this." And I start reading, and he's like, "Get out!" And I'm like, can I get like a backboard for this? Like a sleeve to back? Can I get like a bag and board?
Ooh, I have to ask Mo Biggs. I have to ask him. Okay, so compared to the comics with the Cajun speech, did you like that or did you like Channing Tatum more?
I did not like Channing Tatum, for the record.
I liked it, but it felt late.
I like what they did with him. They put him in the right outfit. They made him Cajun.
They did right. But it was still
Tatum as Gambit.
Why didn't they give him the eyes? Why didn't they give him the?
That's the problem. They never give him the eyes. That's the only thing anybody wants to see is the eyes, and then to do it right. Like in the Wolverine movie, that stupid Kane with the ball at the end. Like nobody wanted that, and they didn't give him the eyes. They didn't give him anything that they wanted out of Gambit.
That's actually opposite of what I expected from Mo. I liked looking at the comics more, but liked listening to him talk more than reading the comic dialogue.
It was funny. Yeah, but it was funny though, because that was what I liked
about. My mama and said, "What's up, Doc?"
Yeah, that was so funny, dude. They did a funny job with the Channing Tatum Gambit. The costume was spot on, except that it's Channing Tatum, so it doesn't quite. He's fat and old now, or whatever.
Right.
It's like 20 years ago, it would have been better. Right?
He could have cooked a little bit to get to the look of Gambit a little bit more, you know.
No,
like,
dude,
yeah, but then they had to pay him more.
Gambit is tall and skinny.
Like Wolverine, do the dehydration diet, get your cheekbones back to where it's not pushing out against the face guard.
Now, I agree with everything except for this is a Deadpool movie, so it's funnier and better to have Tatum in there and doing that whole thing. If they want to redo Gambit in the next X-Men shit, whenever they start pulling the X-Men into it, hopefully they don't do Krakoa, but they're gonna fucking do Krakoa. Trust me, they're gonna fucking do Krakoa. But if they want to do Gambit, they can recast it. And I actually have faith that they might actually do a good job with recasting Gambit nowadays. But the Deadpool, nah, you can't recast. There's got to be a joke in there somewhere. Otherwise, why have Gambit in the movie at all?
I mean, I didn't hate Gambit, Channing Tatum's Gambit. I actually enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It was fine for what they were doing with the Deadpool movie. I do not want to see a Channing Tatum Gambit movie.
They're talking about doing.
I know. Ryan Reynolds is creating careers for all these guys with what he's doing. I get it. But I'm so sick of like these AAA, like big A-list actors getting all these roles, filling up all these movies, bloating their payroll so that they can't pay writers and actually put out a good movie.
Yeah, but there are no good writers out there at the moment. All the good writers.
Yes, there are.
Okay, there are. I'll take that back. There are good writers, but here's the problem. All the good ones went on strike recently, right? And those were the fucking lackeys from the actual good writers that went on strike 20 years ago. So there are no actual good writers. They're 2 generations past the good writers.
They need to get out there and they need to actually.
Everyone's too fucking lazy.
They are putting good books out there. They're doing good stuff. They're just not the ones that are being hired in Hollywood.
Yeah, because they're too lazy. There's not very many. I would be
get out of here and get away from
to see
the guys who are putting out
somebody who put
on Amazon.
Somebody who put the effort in learning how to write and do a good job writing and storytelling as 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when people actually made it a craft and a skill to write well and to have, technique instead of everything becoming AI and just fucking downplayed and dumbed down like cartoons, or they literally went from painting every fucking panel of a cartoon to doing literal stick figures. You know what I'm saying? That's like the quality of the shit we're getting these days.
Yeah. It's like going from Transformers or, Ninja Turtles, awesome backgrounds. I don't care what anybody says. And then going straight into Super Jail or
that's it. Super Jail says it all.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? This is actually, you're talking about Grok in the chat. This is actually where AI might come in handy.
I completely disagree.
I think AI sucks and it should be a tool to be used to enhance an artist. However, when everyone's fucking lazy, and you have an AI that you can program with all the skills and techniques, at least the work. I'm not saying that like AI is going to be worth a shit at all compared to a human, but when you've got stick figure people and you could create a classic Superman cartoon and everything seems like a classic Superman cartoon, that at least is better to watch than the shit that idiots are putting out now. You know what I'm saying? Not that you can't bring it back and have somebody with actual talent and skill outdo AI. But AI can outdo 90% or more of what's being put out right now.
I don't care if you have a good writer who uses AI to help them in their writing process. I'm all right with that. Screw anybody who's thinking that they don't need to get a good writer because they can just use AI.
I agree. That's the lazy thinking.
That's the Hollywood mindset. That's the hammered shit that we've been getting for the last 30 years.
Chuck Dixon just fucking put out an AI comic book, or he's selling that AI comic book right now. The art's AI. Just this is Chuck Dixon. He's supposed to be one of the people that we look up to from a generation that actually like honed their talents and their skills. I would expect AI from something like Eric July or some. What is this saying? Peter forgets the AI will be under the same D. Well, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, but how? Like, I guess. Yeah, but
like
everybody's under those constraints, right? If that's an actual thing, then the book that I'm working on will never get published. I'm already trying to figure out how I'm gonna which platform to put it on, because it's almost certainly going to get fucking
Ronan
banned.
Joe is in the house.
Hey, Joe M. Sontag, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Joe?
Hey, it's Joe M. Sontag. You know what? If Saruman believes in original art over AI art, then who's to say Saruman is wrong?
Speaking of declining art, what do you think of this for the new My Adventures with Superman show? How do you feel about that? How's that compare to Justice League Unlimited or Superman 1997?
Can I just say that she looks like she's calling him bitch?
All right.
You ain't lying.
I don't like it. However, if you're trying to appeal to the kids these days, this is actually pretty good. Because they read anime. They actually do read anime more than our generation read books. The kids nowadays actually do read anime, and they almost all read anime.
It does kind of look like anime design.
Yeah,
this whole thing,
like manga, not anime, manga.
I'm sorry, not manga.
Wait, is that true? Why
like
is cartoon Superman played by Dave from Alvin and the Chipmunks? Are we talking My Name is Earl Dave?
No. So that's God damn it. That's the Kevin Smith guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Anyways, this is these kids actually are reading these crazy books, these anime mangas, and I will hand it to this generation. They do read these books. They'd rather watch the anime, but they actually are picking up mangas. More so
she's
than
coming out of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
The secret.
Anyone else catch that?
The secret to manga is that you don't have to reboot it every fucking 5 years.
Yeah,
it's
but
a one-stop shop for a story.
Yeah.
You start at volume 1, go however fucking long you want to. It does not stop. It does not change. It does not detour. It is a one story arc narrative.
And the problem with manga that these kids don't know, because they didn't read good stories, a lot of these mangas are great ideas, but the endings suck. How many mangas have great endings? You see, how many of them have great endings? Think of Outlaw Star. Like, Outlaw Star was such a cool idea. They're going to the fucking convergence.
I can't think of any that have a great ending. You're right.
No, none of them have great endings. Because they only focus, that's part of the culture. It's all about the mythology, the legend of the story, not how it ends. Let me ask you this. How does Odysseus end?
They die.
You know the story of the Odyssey. You know the Odyssey, right? The Iliad and the Odyssey, but how does it end? How does it end?
They die.
Do they?
It's like Greek history.
Is
stuff.
it?
That's how all those stories go.
Exactly. That's how fucking Asian culture does shit. They do the big Odysseys, but they don't fucking have endings.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's interesting. I never thought about that.
One Piece never.
I do think about that. Because I watched...
reading your mangas?
Yes, I do. Actually, I'm looking at these... And it's just as annoying as British literature, where it's always the tiniest little thing in British literature that fucking moves mountains. That's a fucking hobbit, or it's a mouse.
That's one of my daughter's favorites right there, by the way.
Demon Slayer. Awesome. It has a good ending, too.
Oh, yeah. All right, you got me. You got me on that one. That does have a good ending.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but that's why that one is the most popular one. Outlaws, everything on Adult Swim back in the day, like, none of them had great endings. Outlaw Star was one of my favorites, and it sucked. That's a good example to prove my point, because it had a good ending.
Not Dragon Ball Z. This is Dragon Ball.
What's the great ending to Dragon Ball? Exactly. It leads into Dragon Ball Z. That's the great ending.
Martial arts tournament and marries Chi-Chi and has a son.
That happened in season 1, dude. Or maybe season 2 or 3. That's not the end of Dragon Ball.
Oh, you motherfucker.
It's the world tournament that it ends Dragon Ball, right?
He starts out at age 8 in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, and he meets
actually
Chi
grows up
Chi
in the last volume of Dragon Ball. And
all right,
Chi-Chi.
fair enough. So he marries her at the end of Dragon Ball, right? Let's say that because I swear he married her before then, but okay, let's just say that. That leads into Dragon Ball Z, which then led.
Dragon Ball Z didn't come until like what 5 years after Dragon Ball when everybody wanted to jump.
But then Dragon Ball Z ends with Cell, right? But that wasn't enough. But that was perfect ending. Then they kept going with fucking Boo Saga, and then that wasn't enough.
Didn't want to do Cell Saga or Boo. He wanted to end at Frieza, but
which maybe he should have. But Cell was a good ending, though. That was a decent
ending because it was going to give it off to Gohan. Then they fucking retconned it at the last minute.
Yeah, but then they did a good job with Cell, and then they keep doing with Boo, and we get Saiyaman, and then we get fucking what's that? The one after that, the GT, and then that was a fucking waste. So they're like, well, let's just keep going. Then let's do Super. Let's do fucking Blue or whatever the fucking came after Super. Let's just keep going. They never end.
Akira didn't want to continue with Super either. He was dragged onto that. Like he handed it off to his what do you call a squire of the artist?
At least Super was an attempt at retconning GT or whatever.
Yeah, let's catch up with the chat real quick.
Yep.
Mobix says my guess is that manga don't have great endings because they squeeze out every last drop, and since it's all the same writer, the dude writing the end is 70 and doesn't give a shit anymore.
Look at fucking Studio Ghibli. This Boy and the Heron is a great ending for his fucking career, but they're already talking about keeping him around. He's like, I want to fucking retire and die already. And they're like, nah, bro, Boy and the Heron was a hit. You got to do another one.
So far as to make, and they created an AI thing specifically to model everything that he does. So after he dies, they can keep that machine rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before Dragon Ball Z, there was Dragon Ball, and it was great. I think there's more chapters in that than there is Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Dragon Ball GT, Akira Toriyama had no part in that. They just went ahead and did it, and you can tell by the writing because America didn't start on the first episode with Dragon Ball GT. We got to start on the 12th episode of GT. That's how fucked up it was.
We couldn't handle it.
First arc was so terrible and bad. They were like, you know what? We can get rid of all this crap and just go straight into the action. What's my mobile say? I can't argue that Demon Slayer, not the Demon Slayer, as much as I want to. My daughter loves him. I got to encourage that versus the other garbage going around. And yeah, you're not lying. There's a lot of crap out there. Let's see. Little girls have always enjoyed crappy media. No shame in that. Wow.
Deep cuts.
I can't say the Demon Slayer dude looks any lamer than Strawberry Shortcake. Whatever. But let's check this out. So for the last quarter, I want to check out some stuff that's been going on out on X with some creators and what they've been working on to get ready to bring to us. But first, Mobig says, once RPGs moved from 16-bit to 32-bit, I was like, oh, that Akira Toriyama dude really can't draw.
Blown away by those graphics,
wow.
32-bit graphics.
This is messed up.
3D polygons.
Okay. So the first person that I wanted to shout out, because I backed his very first comic, which was Star Circuit, and he's working on issue 2 right now. He launched this campaign for Star Circuit right around the same time I launched my first campaign, and that is Joe Catapano working on Star Circuit 2. And you can see him right here. He's working on the colors for his art right now. It's very much heavily anime influenced. It's a story about a human that wants to actually take on the androids in a motorcycle race called Star Circuit. The first issue is really fast-paced, really great art. You got to reread it a couple times to make sure you get everything about it. But the kid comes from money. He's one of those kids that, doesn't want to really do anything that has to do with the family name or whatever. And he's making his own way down on the street level in the slums with everybody else. But he plans on taking on the androids because he would be the first human to actually race against them. So I think it's a pretty cool aspect for a story. His art's great. Star Circuit 2 is going to be coming down the line. You can sign up for it right now.
I'm reading the chat that I missed while I was grabbing beers.
Oh, you're good.
That.
Hey,
So
I got a question. Okay, go ahead.
Say, dude, I really appreciate that this dude is like posting a picture where he's actually like sitting there and drawing on the tablet.
Yeah.
I do have some questions about it though. Like I'd like to like look at a zoomed in thing of this.
This is an X post, not on his campaign, right? So this is just like, hey, I'm working on it, and I like that. That's pretty cool. And Star Circuit looked pretty cool, man. There were like those
coloring. Okay, he's coloring, so okay.
Okay, so this Batfleck is trending, says Mo Biggs.
Yeah.
This is something I was going to ask earlier. What do you think about when we were talking about Superman? Okay, we have the Batman 2 movie coming out, which is an Elseworlds Batman.
Sure.
When are they going to bring Batman into this new Justice Friends? Because this isn't Justice. This is like Justice Squad.
No, they call themselves the Justice Gang right now.
The Justice Gang. Why would you implement yourself with like a gang? Like
Justice
that's just
cohorts.
I don't know.
Yeah, Justice Guild maybe sounds better than I don't know, gang. Like gang is automatically
Justice
negative.
Buddies.
Justice Buddies.
Accurate and just said Justice Society, but since Black Adam ruined that.
Okay, so check it out. What kind of a Batman do you think we're gonna get with this new DCU? Like, we're gonna get like a Ben Affleck Batman. We're gonna get. There's no way they're doing the classic Batman or the. I'm thinking we're gonna get the '60s Batman show. What's his name? Not
Robert Pattinson.
No. The '60s. Adam West. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be that campy, but I think that's the direction they're gonna go with Batman. Maybe a little bit more detective, but they can't go too far in the detective because the new Batman show movies are the detective Batmans that we've all wanted for all these years.
I'll tell you this right now, and Joe Sontag saying it.
Yeah.
Shorter, but I'm going to elaborate.
Let's see.
If you fuck up Batman, the masses will destroy you.
Yep.
That is
you can fuck Superman. You can't fuck
Batman.
Batman. Put all your cards in on.
Superman, you can screw up. Batman is the foundation by which the entire DCU stands.
And you can do Batman differently, as we've seen.
Yeah.
But if you fuck it up, if you fuck up Batman, you know what I mean? We'll only allow it. We even allowed the new Batman. We've allowed the Adam West. We've allowed, you know what I mean?
The only Batman film that people absolutely shit on is Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
Right?
George Clooney. Past Batman forever.
The George Clooney Batman. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
I actually didn't hate George Clooney as Batman or Bruce Wayne. It was the nipple suit and it was the campiness. Who the fuck thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was a good Mr. Freeze? And who the hell thought
it was the production? It was the suits in the office that ruined that movie. They had the most control over that movie than they did over any of their probably other DCU properties in the entire history of DCU.
It's Spider-Man 3. It's the same thing. Like they got it. They had two good ones, then they had a third one that was kind of meh, and then they went like, "Oh, we got to do this to sell toys. We got to do this. We got to make it colorful." The same thing happened to Spider-Man 3 where they're like, oh yeah, we got to do this with these toys are going to sell. So we got to have a fucking guy on a snowboard flying around.
Well, you see,
they fucked up Spider-Man 3.
There was a whole debacle in 1989 with McDonald's when it came to Batman.
Yes. Yeah. That's what snowballed that whole thing.
They couldn't sell toys that were so dark for children, so they had to lighten it up. And they did. I thought that was a good middle ground with Batman Forever, and then they went off with Batman and Robin.
Jim Carrey might have been a little bit much for the Riddler.
Riddler was horrible.
Yeah, that was not. That would have been my choice. He's a joker.
No, but you know what? And I have said this for years. I agree. I 1000% agree with you. His Riddler was horrible. That whole movie was absolute garbage, shitfest.
I actually like the new Riddler.
If you are going to, no, fuck that guy too.
No, I like
if
that.
If you are going to hire somebody, if
Batman
I was going to hire
was
somebody
good.
right
Thank
now as
you.
the Riddler, right now today, and I've said this for decades, if I was going to hire somebody right now as the Riddler, it would be Jim Carrey. He destroyed it. He ruined it. He was terrible. But he was the perfect Riddler. He just didn't get it.
No, here's the thing. Jim Carrey would be better as the Joker now than ever before because the Joker wasn't young. Like whatever, anyway, like obviously Jim Carrey should be the Joker, but now that he's older, he would be a really fucking good Joker, like a creepy fucking
an interesting one, yeah. He'd be way better than
he could set the bar for the Joker.
What's 30 Seconds to Mars guy? Jared Leto.
Now I did like that fucking new Riddler, man. It's because the Riddler to me is like a stupid character. The concept is cool. He's a Riddler. You got to solve the fucking riddles. But everything about him and the Adam West shit and everything was always like he's basically the Joker, right? But he does riddles.
What Riddler should be, he's second-rate Joker. There should be some animosity between Joker and Riddler.
There should be.
That's a good storyline.
Yeah, so the Riddler was always kind of like a second-rate Joker, like you said. So the fact that they took him into this fucking like Alex Jones conspiracy world Riddler guy, I thought was pretty cool. Like the costume was dumb. Who cares about the costume? He should have just had they might as well put a fucking anonymous what's that guy mask on?
Have him in a big question mark, like.
Yeah, and they should have done something like that, like the rain suit with the fucking goggles. That was dumb, but I like that actor. That actor's Swiss Army Man. That dude was fucking hilarious in Swiss Army Man. So what we got here?
Zoom in on this?
Yeah, what's going on here? What are we looking at?
Let's get you demonetized real quick.
No, this
Project
is
Neosis
from Paul Thayer of Project Neosis. You know, he's been working on that one, but he's got a new one coming out that he's working on called Lethal Leopard. And this actually looks really good. If I could blow it up somehow.
Hold on. Mo, are you telling me that they already did a Joker Riddler thing?
I think he's naming it. Like that's what the name.
Oh, that would be a good name. No, there's a Batman, The War of Jokes and Riddles. The War of Jokes and Riddles, an 8-part Batman storyline written by Tom King and illustrated by Mikel Janin, featuring the war between the Joker and the Riddler.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that already happened. Fucking nerd.
Sounds like a lawsuit coming my way.
I had no idea that I'm a Marvel guy. I'm a 90s Marvel guy. I said I'm a
90s DCU guy.
Yeah, once they started getting into like the origin stories of Wolverine, I was like, I'm out, dude. I don't need this. What the fuck are you doing?
So
right, Project Neosis.
This right here, Project Neosis. This is completely different from that. This one's called Lethal Leopard. And it kind of gives me Battle Beast vibes. Just for leopard.
I just saw.
I don't know how well you guys can see this right now. I'm trying to make it bigger, but I'm failing.
It needs to be like
right click on it.
Right
and
click.
Then open a new tab. Open image and new tab. And then open that tab.
Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Now, when I saw this, I was thinking Polar Destroyer, right? Polar Destroyer vibes.
There we go.
I got to say, I love a giant razor blade as a sword.
Isn't that the Final Fantasy sword?
There's a lot of people do it, but yeah.
This looks good.
It looks cool. That sword is the Final Fantasy sword meets the Thundercats.
It is.
I'll get over it.
But I'm fine with that. Like, we're talking like
Oh, that's a good shot.
That's the one right there. That's
look at that skull, dude. That head.
That's the money shot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like how he does the flames on that too.
I like that eye, dude, and like it's like that whole thing. It's like half skullish melting with the flames.
Mo Big says, "Battle Beast. Collect every one of these incredible creatures who battle for fun." Now they need to add a character named Go-Obot or GoBot.
We need more just like brutal fighting for, nonsensical violence. We need more of that.
I'll definitely check this one out.
Like Polar Destroyer caught my attention because it's fucking cyborg polar bear fighting penguins. Right. We need more of that. And this is it right here, man. Conan Leopard. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Conan
basically.
Leopard. I like it.
All right. And then I've got a couple I want to share that I saw on Fund My Comic. This one caught my eye.
Yeah. What's going on with Fund My Comic?
Yeah, because I haven't been there in a while. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah, last week, it's been a minute since we actually started scrolling through what's going on lately.
All right, so let me...
Cyberpunk Cowboys, futuristic Western comic revolution.
I liked Westworld. You're kind of speaking my language here.
This looks completely different. Look at this.
It's like disco.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like that price. What is the offering for that price?
$10. Funk Rider Starter Pack. Everything in digital drifter, exclusive digital wallpaper, behind the scenes concept art PDF. So it's $20
it's all
for
digital.
the actual physical. Everything in Funk Rider, physical copy of issue 1, limited edition, printed character bio card. So you get like a trading card to go with. That's fucking awesome. I love that shot.
Yeah, that's cool. I
don't care what anybody says. That's hilarious.
I like this piece. The colors I would change a little bit because that one guy on the left is blending into the background.
He blends in.
That's me just being a nitpicky artist, though.
That's fine.
The artwork is cool. I do like the art. It's the colors on that one. Well, okay, there was a book that we were looking at, Scum Dogs. Remember Scum Dogs?
Yeah, Scum Dogs.
Bro, I had no idea. We just looked at that book and we're like, hell yeah, that book looks cool, man. And then the next week, I come to find out Scum Dogs is written by that guy that used to be on the Jack Show a lot. He not a lot, but he would pop in on the Jack Show from time to time, way back in the day. Williams or Chris Williams or something like that. Whoever's writing Scum Dogs is a guy, he's been in the scene for a minute and he's got his book out finally. And I like that we looking at it going, you know what I mean? Because it's been making the round. Scum Dogs, dude. I'm all about Scum Dogs. I had no idea it was written by that guy. I remember seeing him on Jack's show from time to time. And like he's like an interesting guy. He's a pop in every once in a while kind of character.
Right.
So I'm all about Scum Dogs right now.
Okay. We'll take a look at that one next. Is it on Fund My Comic?
I believe so. Let me check it out.
I'll check it out. But this is another one. This is Cold Cutter issue 3 with the catch-ups for 1 and 2.
Oh, Cold Cutter. That sounds cool.
It's a
Charles
crime
Morgan.
Thriller set in present-day Manhattan, starring Dylan Cutter, private investigator, and he has a target on his back.
When did this book launch? 2 backers?
2 backers, 490 days to go.
490.
So he plans on keeping this thing up for
over a year.
It's in November of 2026.
Okay.
When did he launch it? I'm sorry, those numbers are just that's
May.
A weird
I think
thing.
It said May.
Okay. This looks cool. Like this looks pretty fucking cool. Where is this guy? How come he's not in the scene? Like,
let me see what his name is. Charles Morgan.
Charles Morgan.
4-Speed Studios Publishing Company.
He's doing a long haul.
Charles sold his first published cartoon at the age of 11.
raised in a year, 2 backers in a year.
That's
May
insane.
27th of last
That means
year.
he's not actually out there doing any promotion.
There's something. Nah, that's not just that. There's something else.
Does he have it
going
listed
on
somewhere
here.
else? Maybe.
I
It's
don't know.
possible, but 2 backers in a year, and he's still got over a year to go. There's something.
Yeah, that's like one of them's mom.
This looks cool, but that is something. That is a red flag that pops out instantly.
I'm not going to judge somebody on that. Like, that's salesmanship, but
That's
are
fine.
some red flags here.
The book looks cool, the noir thing. But usually that's the problem. Usually when there's like a red flag like that, something is afoot. You know what I mean? I've just seen it too many times. Too many times. We haven't seen, I don't know who this guy is. I've never seen him around. He's got a book that's been out for a year. He's got 2 backers on it. And he's still got over a year to go. Something's going on.
He's obviously not marketing. I see some issues with the artwork. I don't think it's AI stuff.
This is just indie artwork. This actually didn't look that bad right here. There's
some really good things. There's some weird things.
It's better than, as far as art, this is better than a lot of books I've seen.
Yeah, it is.
Something about the marketing.
It's not AI stuff. I don't think this is AI stuff.
No. I don't think this is AI at all. I'm not getting any AI vibes. I'm getting this book is probably a second chance. This is my guess. This is a second or third chance book, which is why it only has 2 backers, because everybody who was going to back it has already got the first chance book. And he's not making the round, so this is a storefront for him to sell off whatever he's got. That's my guess. I have known nothing about this book. That's my guess. Good. It looks good, which is why it's surprising that it only has that many backers. So I'm wondering, what's the story, Stephanie? What's the story? Dusty Grease too?
Yeah, same here, Mo Biggs. Like, it doesn't look like, I don't see the things that would normally stand out to me as being good or bad. It's walking a middle ground fine line. It's got some just weird.
It's fine looking comic.
Good stuff to it, but then at the same time, it's got stuff that's like, you made a decision here to do something good, and then you completely kind of screwed something up in a completely different way.
It's like they tried to update the old Gumshoes and Gats, like, hard-boiled detective stuff for now, because that girl would not have that look back in the 50s or 60s. That is present day.
This cover, though, looks really solid, and the artwork looks fine.
It does, except think about this for a second, Peter. Look at this cover. That is some really good artwork. That is some really well done stuff. But they weren't confident in it, and so they put that yellow outline on the characters to separate them from the background.
That's normal.
He's put his name right beneath the title. Fine, normal, but also
hold on.
Out there.
Where?
Then,
you're not talking about signature. You're talking about just the name and the title.
Yeah, that's the name. And then, so you have the little letterbox for the company thing.
That should be up
that's
higher.
Like, instead of putting it in the place where it goes, let's put it a little bit more in the center. You see what I mean? It's like
that shouldn't
good artwork, and then
Cold Cutter,
and then have the confidence to follow suit.
It should have that little fucking logo thing, the Marvel logo box. That should be down the bottom right, and then it should have his name down the bottom center.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to go with the standard. Yeah, okay, you got a church there at the bottom center. So the name in the bottom center, smaller font, because who cares what your name is.
It would have worked fine.
And then ditch the fucking company logo. Put it on the back. Make the whole back page the fucking company logo. Like Joe M. Sontag in here did. Like that, he did a great job with that.
Right.
And yeah, created by Charles, whatever, that doesn't need to go up there. That gets in the way. That outline, I don't mind the outline.
I do. I don't. So you use an outline like that to separate them from the background, but there's nothing in the background to separate them from.
Well, here's the thing: the lighting could have done the trick, but because they're not supposed to be. Here's the thing: those two figures are not supposed to be in the setting that sky is in, right? The church is. So the lighting
because even that's separated. Scroll down here.
Scroll down. The church, that's the background for the church, not those people. Those people are cut out.
There's like foreground smoke stuff clouds.
Good. Yeah,
See,
that church.
That's the church right there.
That's the church. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The background with the sky is the background for the church, not the people. The people are superimposed, which means they don't have to follow the lighting scheme of the church. And since they clearly don't, outline them. It's a weird, it's not weird. It's just, I don't mind the outline as much. Okay. I think there are better ways.
I can accept any one of these things. It's the
but then again, you're right.
Of them on top of good artwork.
The clouds for the church versus that skyline, they're so different that, yeah, you're right. That background is not for the church or those people, because the church has those white, bright clouds. Yep. So if the clouds in the background were supposed to go with the church, they'd be bright and lit as well. That's just like random. So it does throw everything off. The outline's not the problem, is what I'm saying.
Fucking Mo.
It is. It's like Sky Captain the World Tomorrow. It is just like that. But that background. This is what's the problem with this cover is that background doesn't.
It's a beautiful background.
Yeah, but it's also a beautiful foreground. It's a beautiful character pictures.
The composition is excellent.
Putting them all together like that doesn't work because that background doesn't go with them or the church. So that's extra shit put in there. The outline's not the problem.
What he could have done is make
some weird decisions.
They could have made the steeple and the sky smaller, given them more presence, and brought them down just a bit to be under the title, just a bit. I don't like how it like cuts off behind it. I want it to be separate from it. You could have brought them down a little bit. I agree. This should be here.
That needs to go.
This is ugly compared to
the background. See, they blend into the background is the problem. The background are the same hue, like shades of darkness or whatever. They should have had the clouds from the church go all the way up, and maybe a little darker, but not that dark. And then those two figures could be silhouetted, just like they are right now, but then maybe slightly faded as they go into the clouds, and then have a little bit lighter clouds behind them.
Right.
Because the clouds behind the church don't match the clouds in the background. So either fix the clouds in the foreground or fix the clouds in the background is the problem.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
The outline's not the problem because that's pretty normal to outline.
That thing right there,
I don't like it when they outline, but it's standard to do that.
That 4-Speed Studios thing needs to go, period.
Yeah, that's got to go.
It goes on the plastic.
Whole back page.
That shouldn't be on the book at all.
Yep.
All right. And one more.
All right, what do we got?
We got Rejects issues 1 and 2.
Now you guys all on a roll. Let's tear some shit up here.
Yeah, so I've never even heard of this one. What's going on with this one?
Oh my God.
I never heard of that last one. Oh,
it's like somebody drew me in a comic book.
Hold on. There's a lot to. This is a totally different style here, so I've got to readjust my brain.
It's jarring.
This is like that ballerina lumberjack thing that I was drawing a while back.
Are you seeing it?
Yeah, what is that he's standing on? Is that a shell or an island?
There's an island.
Building on. Oh, that's Paul Bunyan in the Blue Ox.
Yeah.
Is that what you were saying earlier?
Well, no, I'm saying that it's basically, if you're going to draw a comic book that looks like me, this is what you're going to get.
It's clearly also okay. Paul Bunyan. It's clearly Paul Bunyan, the Blue Ox. So, what's the island? It's the Rejects. Who's on the island? Are these the Reject, like folklore? Is that what is that what I'm getting here? Reject folklore.
It
Paul
says
Bunyan.
When the Fantastic Four is busy, when the Justice League is unavailable, when the Avengers are out of the galaxy, the world has no other options than to call the rejects.
Like Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, when I think Paul Bunyan, I think folklore. I think Bowie. I think of what's his name from the Alamo.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Oh, I almost had to totally write this thing off. I'm not going to do it.
Why?
Because of a confusion on my part. No, it wasn't their issue, it was mine, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh, okay.
I saw what I thought was an immediate AI screw up, but it wasn't. It was just me.
No, AI is so obvious that
It's an obvious one, but it's not what I thought.
I don't think any of this shit that we've seen is AI. Now, if you want to look at AI, Chuck Dixon's new book is AI, right? Like straight up. I don't even think he's denied it yet. He's been called out on it. And that's it's not a Rippaverse book, but it's Chuck Dixon kind of doing his own thing. It's clearly AI.
I'm really hung up on the AI thing. Sorry about that. That's like the first thing I look for.
I don't mind AI as a means of a tool, right? Like if you're not that talented and you need to use AI as a tool to get real dynamic shots, have AI create your scenes and then draw from that. Use that as inspiration. Fucking straight up using AI is bullshit and pathetic.
Ronan Joe, I understand. Like I'm in the same boat, and in normal IRL like life, I'm the same way. Where I'm like, no AI, get AI out of here. It as a tool, you can use it even for artwork. If you're just like, dude, I need a picture of a room that's at this angle so that I can draw this scene.
No,
and then you're just using that as a representation or something really easy. I'm not saying that's the best example, but
that's not how you use AI, because AI sucks at perspective, right? So you don't use AI to have perspective shots. You use AI as like come up with a dynamic scene, and then you extrapolate the value from that AI image that they give you.
And as an artist, you use that as an inspiration.
Then you create the perspective. You do all the shit that's right. You fix it and do the right, the correct way.
You should not see anything AI on the pages of the comic book. If AI created any of that, that's because you failed at being able to create that on your own.
We've looked at some books that were like, well, this is a weird technique to use. This has to be AI because this is not something your average person would do for a book like this, for a fucking cheap book, right? Mm-hmm. Like, unless you're some brilliant fucking amazing artist, you would not use this technique on your artwork, right? So and then if you are that brilliant, you're not charging $6 for a physical copy of your book. You know what I'm saying? So this is clearly AI, but the question is this AI or is this an artist rendition of what AI created? Like, oh man, that was a really good idea. What's he saying?
Somebody needs to tell Chuck Dixon about Peter's Fiverr.
Bro, I will give him a fucking discount.
Peter, let's face it. Peter probably costs less, and appreciate you being that way, Peter. But you probably cost less than what he spent on his AI subscription.
Yeah, probably. And I'm saying I'll give him a fucking discount just to fucking do a better job than that. I mean, the painting and shit that he's doing. Here's what I'm saying: on my Fiverr account, Chuck Dixon, come to me. I will take all your AI art and I'll get rid of all the sixth fingers in all your AI artwork. I'll fix your AI artwork, right? Because that's some fucking atrocious shit.
That's
you couldn't even fucking. Fun. You can pay. You can like not pay and get your free AI. That's fine, bro. Pay somebody to get rid of all those extra figures.
2020. Mark my words right now. 2020's internet will be defined in the future by six fingers.
Eventually, what's going to happen when humans start coming out with 6 fingers because the AI fucking dictates that they have them.
What the fuck you guys got wrong with somebody
AI
with 6
starts
fingers?
getting implemented into like in vitro and everything.
I was a little nervous when I posted that joke on Twitter, Jake.
What's wrong with 6 fingers? Huh? Tell me what's wrong. Fuck you guys.
Well, we didn't mean only 6 fingers.
Oh shit.
What's his new book, by the way? Because we got to look at it. I've mentioned it twice now. What the fuck is that book that he just put out?
Totally glossing over Paul Bunyan, dude. I want to see more Paul Bunyan.
Oh, okay. Look at Paul Bunyan. I'm going to look up this new book that Chuck Dixon's been putting out with AI artwork.
Got rid of Paul Bunyan.
No. Peter, screw that. Let's do an entire stream video, whatever you want to do. Let's do an entire thing on that. Chuck,
we're talking about the guy who fucking did Batman. Chuck Dixon, writer, like doing the Batman, Bane, all that shit, Nightfall, and now he's doing AI artwork because I guess the Ripperverse isn't paying him enough, so he needs to do a fucking.
Peter, I got to tell you this, man. We're gonna have to do that on your fucking channel next week on Wednesday because I'm tired of all these motherfuckers being here. It's time to get the fuck out. It's 10:46. I'm tired of this shit.
Should we do this?
I'm not drunk anymore.
Wednesday or Thursday?
I'm angry. It's
Keep